So I had just rolled off Anomalisa, which had this super delicate, realistic animation style, and I wanted to do the exact opposite. At the time, I had recently donated to the Kickstarter for Armacrog, which was a claymation point-and-click adventure game by the same team who made the Neverhood, which is like the Ford Model T of claymation point-and-click adventure games. I was at an ASIFA Hollywood event, and I found myself chatting to this guy who seemed awfully familiar, but I couldn't figure out why. And then I realized it was Mike Dietz, one of the guys making Armacrog. I told Mike I was super excited for the game and asked if there was any way I could come do some guest animating for them. He said, yeah, come on down to the studio sometime. So I did. And I animated these two shots with the mongrel and the wheelie birds. I had a ton of fun with this, especially on that second shot because I got to do some motion blur. You can see I wobbled the tongue during the exposure to get that twanging rubber band effect, and then here I had the wheelie bird rigged up separately from the tongue. He was hanging from two threads so that I could swing him like a pendulum as I took the exposure, and that gave you this great whoosh effect. After Anomalisa, Starburns had some empty studio space, and they hired me to direct and animate this spot for Samsung, which was going to end up on Vine, this video sharing app that used to loop 6-second video clips. And on this one, I worked with John Joyce, who was the production designer on Anomalisa, and he built a set of dogs for replacement animation, George Pal style. The phone animation was just a gallery of images that I loaded onto the phone and scrolled through them as we shot. And that animates on 2s while the rest of the animation is on 1s, which you can see if you frame by frame through this. This video was actually one of 2 spots we were supposed to do, but just before we started the second one, Samsung canceled the campaign. So we never made the second video, and this video never ended up on Vine at all. And a year or 2 later, Vine was shut down, so it'll never be on Vine. But that week, John Joyce was working on another project for Starburns, which was the stop-motion character for the series finale of Community. One of the partners at Starburns was animating it, but he asked if I wanted to take over since I had a couple free days after Samsung canceled the campaign. So I jumped on and animated the second half of Ice Cube Head. And if you're watching closely, you can probably spot the moment where we switch animators because the style is a little bit different.
And business as it pertains to the files. How you guys doing? Britta, how you doing, girl?
I'm cool. It's all good.
Annie, you looking fine.
Thank you.
Hey, what about me? Hey, everybody, look at me. I'm Ice Cube Head. I've got an ice cube for a head. I also eat cell phones, so you better be careful with those cell phones around me because they taste like prime rib where I'm from. Oh, boy. Imagine the times we'll all get in together, especially when I use my powers to help solve all your problems. Achoo, 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 achoo. Oh, achoo. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's getting crazy in here.
All right, I'm going home.
So now, having done all this cartoony stuff, I thought I was ready to jump onto a cartoony kids show. But when I joined Tumbleleaf, there was still a huge learning curve, and I'll talk about that in the next part. Comments, concerns, nerdy stop-motion questions? Leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the thrilling conclusion of my 2018 animation reel right here on this YouTube channel.